I want to share with you guys 3 life lessons that my mum taught me while she was still alive, and hopefully through that be able to make your life a little bit better too, just like she made my life a lot better with these lessons. Number 1, the little things are so important. I'm not talking about those little things that we get frustrated at here. I'm talking about those little things that we do for people, those little things on a daily basis that really make all the difference. Because when I think back about being a child, what I remember most out of everything is the way that she loved us and all the little ways in which she showed us her love. So I'll share with you a few examples for this. Every morning, she would make my brother and I sandwiches. She would put them into these little brown and white sandwich bags. And on that, not every day, but often she would write a little message or draw a little picture, just a little, I love you so much, have the best day. And I just remember sitting in school and I would feel so happy and so loved. The next thing she would do is on our birthdays, she would literally just create this whole experience around it. So the night before, we weren't allowed downstairs anymore because she had to bake the cake for us. And then in the morning when you would come down, there would just be confetti and balloons and so many little presents. Like, it was literally the most beautiful birthday table, or we could say room at this stage. And I just remember this being so magical that up until this day, I do this for so many people in my life. Some of them are like, what is this? Like, are you crazy? I definitely understand this may not be for everyone, but I can honestly tell you that for me, it was the most amazing thing in the whole world to wake up to my birthday, because it's so important to have those special days and to make them even more special through little things like that. And the next thing she would do was to just write us so many cards. I have so many beautiful handwritten cards where she says how much she loves me and how proud she is of me and how much she adores me and how much she appreciates me. I can tell you right now that all those things that she did for us, these were just a few little examples, but the way she loved us, it was so intense. And I know that she never received that kind of love from her parents because they were just raised completely differently. And she swore to herself that she would never be like that. Instead, that she would do the exact opposite, and that is what she did. Because life is just too short to not love like that. Let's move on to number 2. It is never too late to follow your dreams. When my mom was about 56, she moved to the Netherlands from Hamburg, packed up her entire life, left everything behind and said, I'm going to start a new life because I'm not happy where I am and I want to be living somewhere else. So by the time she was 61, and yeah, by the time she then died, oh goodness, she had learned an entire new language. She had literally built herself into this community. Like, I'm still talking to so many people from this island now because she was spreading so much love there at the age of literally 56. That is so old for so many people. And my mom just proved to me and to you, to all of us, that that is not true. You can literally pack up your life at any time, whenever you want. And yes, you're going to have a tough time, and yes, it's not going to be easy, and yes, you're going to have to leave a lot of things behind. Those are all valid points, but that does not mean that you cannot follow your dreams, because she did over and over and over again. And if you are watching this and you believe that you are too old or not smart enough or not quick enough or whatnot, all those self-doubts that get into our minds that tell us we shouldn't be doing something, screw those thoughts, because I promise you, you can do it. My mom knew that, I know that, and I promise you that once you do it, you are going to really have the time of your life, exactly like she did. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful that in those last 5 years of her life, she was not living in Hamburg anymore, because just like me, it was just not her city, and she was not happy there. And yes, she stayed for us for a long time, but as soon as my little brother hit 18, she was like, well, see you later, I'm out of here. And I admire that, and I really think we should all take that as an example for ourselves, that no matter how old we are, it is never too late to go and do those things that you've been always wanting to do. Number 3, nature is so precious. My mom loved nature so incredibly much. She loved the birds and she loved the ocean. She loved the forest and she loved the mountains. She loved the sunsets and the sunrises and the shooting stars and the stars and the sky and all of those things that I also have been ever since so obsessed with, and I never realized why this was until she passed. Unfortunately, it's often like that until that person is gone, you don't actually quite realize how much you are like them. I feel that these days, especially if you live in the big city, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We completely forget about nature. There is just a lack of connection to this beautiful planet and to Mother Earth, if we want to call it that way, that provides us this space to live, that is really precious, right? But so many of us just forget about that because we are so busy in our own lives, and we're so busy in those little bubbles that we live in that we completely forget what matters the most. And part of that is nature. And the most amazing thing about this is that when you start appreciating nature, you realize how many things on a daily basis there are that you can be grateful for. Because think about it, the ground that you walk on, the air that you are breathing, the sky that is literally above us all the time. No matter where you live in, you will have the sky above you and the ground beneath you. Something that you can be amazed by, like every place in the world will have a sunrise and a sunset. Once you start really opening your eyes and recognizing them and realizing that, holy moly, wow, like this place is so beautiful. This earth is so beautiful and has so much to offer besides sitting on our phones and scrolling and being distracted and being busy with work and being angry about silly little things. Like, I know because I do this sometimes as well. But since my mom died, I have definitely realized this more and more, how precious this planet is. I mean, think about all the animals that we have. When you see a bird or a fish or any type of animal, anything that has to do with nature, just start and refine this fascination for what nature has actually given us and how lucky and how blessed we can actually feel to have all of those things around, because it is not a given. If you are looking to just dive into this world a little bit more and to start learning how to appreciate those things, you can just follow my private Instagram. I'll just put it here because I definitely do share a lot of those things on the daily. My story is just filled with little miracles throughout my day, and maybe that's going to help you a little bit. I also do posts about my mom, or sometimes just when I'm grieving, or a little post about how I feel, all those kind of things. So if you want a little bit of my life behind the scenes, then feel free to follow that. And I will do another video soon with 3 more lessons that I learned about my mom, but I really hope that these helped you, that these inspired you and motivated you, and I cannot wait to see you guys next week.